Cell would be surprised to see Frieza alive, as Frieza's weirded out by this bug creature. For some reason, he can feel some of his ki inside of Cell. He asks Cell who he was, and Cell would say how he was the perfect being, a bio-android created by Dr. Gero. Cell would explain himself more, and Frieza's just disgusted by hearing all of this. This Cell creature uses his father's, and those monkeys' DNA. It just sickened him. Non-belief. Frieza would tell Cell that the Saiyans were for him to kill. Frieza would transform into his final form, telling Cell if he wants to get in his way, he'll eliminate him here and now. Cell would chuckle, accepting Frieza's challenge. The two would begin to clash, but we would move on to Beerus's planet. Vegeta by now would have reached Super Saiyan Blue, as Trunks is meditating. He would eventually try to go into the legendary Super Saiyan form. When he goes into the form, his aura is more calm and his pupils are visible. Trunks is glad that he was able to control his power. So is Vegeta. He takes heavy pride due to his son being a true legendary Super Saiyan. Vegeta would ask Trunks to spar with him. Trunks would accept this as they both transform. Their battle would be very close. Even though Trunks would have superior power, Vegeta would have the skill and experience to keep up with his son. Their battle would end with Vegeta barely winning. Whis would heal them up as they would continue their training. Now, before we go back into the fight with Cell and Frieza, I would like to talk about Goten real quick. On Earth, he has been training alone, or even with Gohan sometimes. He was able to reach Super Saiyan 2, but now he doesn't know how to evolve anymore. Plus, he has been feeling pretty left behind due to Trunks being able to train with gods, while he's just stuck on Earth. He thinks about how he can get stronger, but nothing really comes to mind. So he just continues his training. Back in space, Cell is just toying around with Frieza. This would infuriate him, so he would transform into his Goten form. Cell is surprised to see this, but smiles.
You'll never win, no matter how strong you become.
I've made my new form gold, so it's clear who's sitting atop the pecking order. And to simplify things even further, let's call this Golden Frieza. Shall we?
The two would start their battle, and Cell is impressed with Frieza's new power, so he uses a bit more power himself. As the battle keeps going on, Cell would start to notice that Frieza's attacks are starting to get weaker and weaker. Eventually, Frieza will lose his golden form due to his stamina issues. Cell would be pretty disappointed. He tells Frieza that he didn't even go full power yet, but he'll allow Frieza to be the first person to see his newest transformation. Cell would start to scream as his golden aura would start to change into a greenish aura. As he power up, his appearance wouldn't change much, but his powers is noticeably different. Now you may be wondering how Cell achieved this power. Well, during the fight when he was fighting future Trunks with Gohan, he was able to stab Trunks and gain a bit of his strength. So when he left the planet, he was able to utilize his Trunks' power to his own. Frieza's in disbelief by Cell's power. He tries attacking Cell, but with one blast, Cell is able to easily kill Frieza. Cell would say,
"You've disappointed me,"
as he destroys the rest of the Frieza force and goes his own way. Champa would show up on Beerus's planet and a tournament would be set in motion. Both Vegeta and Trunks would be on the team. They would invite Piccolo and Gohan to join the team, but Gohan would say how he's been slacking on his training a lot. He would say on how they should invite Goten since he's been pretty motivated lately. So they would do this and Goten would join the team. Trunks and Vegeta would decide to go into the hyperbolic time chamber, and Goten would also decide to join them. So with bringing a little bit of extra food, they are all able to train for the full 3 years. While in the time chamber, Vegeta would train alone, focusing on his strength. Trunks and Goten would decide to train with each other, but it's really just Trunks beating on Goten. But it does help Goten grow stronger. So once the 3 years are up, the two boys would look older. They would head to the nameless planet as the tournament began. Goten would be up first against Botamo. Any damage Goten tries to do against the bear, it wouldn't work. Goten would decide to use his head and would lift up Botamo and eliminate him like his father did in canon. Frost would be up next, but he would still use his poison to eliminate Goten. Piccolo will be up next, as Frost was still cheated to win against Piccolo. Jaco would eventually notice Frost is cheating, as this results in Vegeta beating him up like he did normally. The rest of the tournament would go the same until Hit is up next. Hit would easily eliminate Vegeta, and when Goten goes up again, even with his new transformation Super Saiyan 3, he can't do anything against the assassin, so he is also eliminated. Trunks is up next, and after watching Hit fight, he has an understanding that Hit was using time skip, so he would transform into his legendary Super Saiyan form, and as he attacks Hit, the two would clash. Hit would use his time skip, and he looks into Trunks' eyes. They would stare him down while he's in time skip. Hit is startled to see this, and in an instant he would get punched in the face, almost being sent flying out the ring. He knew that he couldn't play around with this child, so he screams, adapting his time skip even further. The battle would be long fought and hard, as Trunks would decide that his next attack was going to be his final. He charges at Hit, with Hit using time skip. Hit would land multiple blows on Trunks as he restores time. His attack didn't do anything to Trunks. Trunks would use his aura to surround Hit. This would make Hit freeze in place. Trunks would summon all his power into his fist. He punches Hit so hard that it makes him flying out the ring. Universe 7 would have won the tournament, and Zeno would have arrived. Without no Goku this time, everyone would show the respect to Zeno. Beerus would still make the same wish to bring back Universe 6 Earth. Goten was going to ask Beerus if he could train on his planet, but he already knew that the god didn't see any interest in him. But Shin would ask Goten if he would like to train on his planet. Goten is surprised to hear this. He would accept, but he would ask why Shin would just say this. Shin would say how he was looking through his thoughts and noticed that he wanted to train more. Goten would have thought that that was weird at first, but he just says whatever. So some time would pass as a time machine would arrive at Capsule Corp. Bulma would have checked it out to see future Trunks. She would call the others as Vegeta and present Trunks arrive to see what's happening. Once future Trunks wake up, he would look at Vegeta and attack him. Vegeta would question Trunks on why he was being attacked. Trunks would apologize as he thought he was black. Future Trunks would explain on how in his timeline an imposter of Vegeta arrived on Earth. He was easily able to stop the imposter, but the imposter was able to escape. They met again, but Trunks didn't hold back this time, as he was easily able to kill him. But soon later that day, another guy would have arrived. This guy was immortal, so he didn't know what to do, so he came back to the present for their help. A portal would open up as Zamasu would walk right through it. And honestly, I'm just gonna breeze through this cause nothing too important really happens. So Zamasu would trash talk a bit, saying how Trunks used time travel again. Vegeta is done hearing Zamasu run his mouth, so he isn't like Goku at all. So he would go straight to blue and basically knock out Zamasu since he can't kill him. They'd think on what to do with the Kai, but Beerus would bring out a sword, and with just one slash, Zamasu would be sealed away. Beerus would say how they couldn't do anything against an immortal, so he decided to step in. Future Trunks would thank the god, and Future Trunks would stay in the present for a little bit, sparring with his present self and meeting Gohan, and doing other things. He would go back into his timeline, thanking everyone again, and this is where we're going to end off this part. If you guys did enjoy this, why not like, comment, and subscribe? It's free and you can always unsubscribe later. With all that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.